Calculation 2 of electrolysis. For how long must a current of 1.5 amperes be passed through an aqueous solution of copper salt during electrolysis in order to deposit 2.5 grams of silver? Relative atomic masses are given there in the bracket, and 1 Faraday is equal to 965. So if you watch this now, the bone of contention here is copper. And of which you know that copper is a divalent element. That is to say that the reaction at the cathode will be copper 2 ion plus 2 electrons is minus that. Gives you deposited the copper solid. So from here now, it is quite obvious that these two electrons is equivalent to 2 Faradays, which means 1 mole of copper deposited 2 Faradays. But we'll come back to this. Don't forget the general formula that says Q equals IT. And which one is the I here? The I is 1.5 amperes. And the time is not given. For how long? Which means you are required to find the what? Time. T. All these things are what? Coulomb. So you are required to find T. For how long means time. Now, let's get back to this place. We know that 1 mole of copper deposited, I like writing this statement, deposited 2 times 96500 coulomb. Don't forget, 1 Faraday equals 96500. Don't even confuse it because in the objective, they may confuse you. 1 Faraday equals 95600 or 96500. It's always 96500. While 2 Faradays now, 2 times that value. And don't forget that 1 mole of copper is 63 point, what did they give? 63.5 grams of copper deposited 2 times 96500 coulomb. Don't forget. Now, since they gave you the amperes and also they gave you the mass, it then means that you do a little proportion in mathematics. So it then means that 2.5 grams of copper will deposit what? X. Don't forget, the copper is CU. Don't forget that this 2.5 is given from the question. The masses should be at one place. The number of coulomb, S coulomb. Let me just put it for clarification. So don't forget. Now, what do you do? What do you do? Don't forget that we have gotten this coulomb, but we are now trying to get how long the time now. So what do? You cross multiply. This thing simply means, let me come over to this place for clarity. This thing simply means uh, x equals 2.50 times 2 times 96500 coulomb, all divided by, this is simple cross multiplication, all divided by 63.5. I have used this one to multiply these ones, and use this one to multiply this one, and thereafter make x the subject of the formula. It's a simple mathematics of which you can get it. When you are not clear, you ask me a question below or on the comment side. So if you watch very well, you use the calculator very well, get the numerator before you can now proceed. Let's get the numerator. If you use your calculator very well, you see that if you multiply this thing by all these things, it gives you this, then when you divide, you get this. So x, which means 2.5 grams of this will deposit this coulomb. Don't forget that you have gotten Q to be this. And what you are required to find, after all, is the time. So what you are going to do now is to equate this coulomb with this coulomb, which means 1.5 T, this is times T equals 7,598.4. This 0.4 is of no use, but let me just leave it there. Don't forget that all these ones are in coulomb. They are in coulomb. So what do you think you are going to do now? You simply divide both sides by 1.5. Divide this one by 1.5. This equals 7,598. 0.4 divided by 1.5. So let's see what t will give us finally. Let's see what t will give us finally. So if you do your calculation very well using your calculator, you see that when you divide both sides by 1.5, of which this 1.5 will cancel 1.5, remaining t. So when you now do this division, it will give you 5,065.6 seconds. And of which you can convert it if you want to, even though it's not good. But if the question says that you should leave your answer in minutes, you know what to do. Divide this thing by 60. You get the number of minutes it took. But the answer now is in seconds, which is supposed to be. But in case they ask you to leave the answer in minutes, just divide the answer by 60. You get the number of minutes it is. So watch it very well. Just be mindful of the little proportion we did, and the answer is there for you. Let's get another example.